If there's anything I learned from that video going viral, it's 1, how many people have gone through that similar situation, and 2, how underprepared I was as a homeowner going through that. So consider this your PSA if you are either a homeowner, you've been through the situation before, or if you're just curious what the process is like after your house floods. I want to share 4 things with you. First is what to immediately do after your house floods. 2, the restoration services. 3, dealing with insurance. And 4, the process for renovating your home. Okay, so what do you do immediately after your house floods? First thing to do, especially if it's a plumbing related incident, is to turn off your water supply. Find your main water valve, turn it off, stop the leaking. At that point, then you start documenting all the damage. So take photos, videos of where there's standing water, where it's coming out of, and also start documenting what items in your house, so specifically objects that have gotten damaged. Insurance eventually will want to know all of that. And then finally, you need to figure out how to contact your insurance. Okay, so now that you've contacted insurance, you've probably filed a claim, you probably maybe talked to an adjuster. At some point, you're going to be in contact with a restoration services company. This is a company that specializes in house floods, fire damages, things like that. Okay, so what you should expect from your restoration company is that they're going to come in and they're going to survey the damage. They're going to see visually where there's water, but they're also going to have tools that can detect water behind the drywall, in your insulation, all of that stuff. They'll bring in dehumidifiers, they'll bring in industrial fans, and they're going to air out and then also demolition or demo the areas that have had water damage. Now, they might need to consult with your insurance company to get approval for all the areas that they want to demo, but do make sure that they are doing this process and taking all the right steps. We actually ran into a situation where we hired the first company that we went with, and they claimed that some of the ceilings in our kitchen were just fine, even though they visually, I could see, and I am not an expert, they were bubbling, there were seams on the sheetrock. I mean, they were clearly water damaged, and they claimed that they could just air it out and it would be just fine and they would patch it back up. And we knew that that was going to be a huge concern and it could potentially lead to mold issues down the road. We ended up firing that company. Turns out they had a lot of issues with customers in the past and trying to cut corners. And it just scares me to know that a lot of people out there who use their services might have mold issues now. So don't trust all the companies out there. They are businesses. They may not be looking out for your best interest. So keep that in mind. Now, the whole process of the restoration services should take a couple days. It took us about a week. It actually took a lot longer. So we had to dry everything out, demo. It was quite a process. So that's what you should expect. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna have to make a part 2 to explain the insurance and renovation processes.